Yeah.
Yes, I'll try to do that and make you a mod.
Because you remember last time there was we want to
Well, I
get.
know Rambo is coming. He sent me a message. He's coming. He's on his way home.
Right.
He was running late.
I mean, if you want to wait, you can hit him and ask him like, how long do you think before he jump in? So we don't do the intros without him. But if not, I mean, you can
Oh, he
start.
can
I'm
do it
ready.
afterwards. We're gonna get ready. Oh shit! Actually, we are live. Oh
Oh
my god,
shit.
we're live, guys.
We
Okay, this is
live.
the Irish. This is the Irish Pawgcast, episode 36, and it's crazy that we're almost at 40 episodes, everybody, deep into the podcast, and it really doesn't even seem that we've been doing it this long. It doesn't seem that long. I am the Titanfall Princess. This is the Irish Pawgcast, but enough about me. We're going to have the panel introduce themselves and tell us what they've been playing. Now, just so you know, we have some other people. Somebody else is going to be coming in. They're running late, so we're just going to start what we have now, and they can jump in later. Okay, we're going to start out with Frozen. Go ahead.
What's up? Thanks for having me. I've been on the Sonic Mania release this week, so I've been on that. Great game, highly recommended for all the retro gamers that love the original Sonic. Titanfall even put a video on her channel. Make sure you check that out. Sonic Mania is a great game. If you love the old school Sonic 1, 2, and 3, Sonic and Knuckles, 2D style Sonic, in my opinion, better than 3D versions, in my opinion. But been on that. I've been on Injustice and Tekken, and a little bit of Splatoon.
Okay, great. Next up, we got Mr. Corleone.
What's going on, everybody? Back to be back. Good to be back. Happy to be back. We are back. What's up to everybody that's in the chat? Everybody that's watching. Let's get it. Do it. Let's do it.
So what you been playing, Mr. Corleone?
I just beat Final Fantasy 15 the other day. Oh my god. Go to my channel and watch it. If you ain't interested in it, watch it. You will be interested in it. Great game. Right now I'm playing GTA 4, GTA San Andreas, Hellblade. I kind of put that on the back burner, and then I'm waiting for Uncharted Lost Legacy, which I should be able to play Monday night. So,
okay, great. Like I said, people that are watching, I apologize, but we're waiting for Rambo to jump in here and some other people, if they can make it. So when they jump in, they're just going to jump in, but we're going to get this started because I didn't want you guys to wait too much longer. Okay. First topic. Okay.
Hold on. Wait. What you been playing?
Wait, what I've been playing? Well, Frozen just told you Sonic Mania for one. Playing that a lot.
But did you just platinum something?
Oh yeah, what I just platinum? Oh shit, I did. I had a bad day today, so my mom's not with me right now. I'll think about it. I'll get back to you on that one.
All right.
All right. Oh, Hellblade. I had to think for a second. Hellblade. Yeah, I just platinumed that one. Yes, I did. And I've been playing a little bit of a Paladin. I'm playing that. I'm trying to think of what else I play. I play a little bit of Street Fighter.
You always play a Street Fighter. How's Paladin? You like that?
I like it. I actually like the game.
Oh.
You guys should check it out. It's a good game. But anyway, on to the first subject, which I know, I don't know about Frozen, but I know Mr. Corleone going to have something to say about this. We're going to go to Crackdown 3 has been delayed, people.
I got something to say. I'll go last, though.
Okay. Now, the funny part about it being delayed is that the Xbox community always has these stupid jokes about Sony delaying games, calling it a delay station 4. Really? Come on now. Or damage controlling E3 by saying, well, we don't see release dates. And yet, here we have Crackdown 3. Now you guys know this game has been talked about for years, but has been shown and also has been shown off for years. Now maybe it could be delayed because the game, needs some polishing and it's buggy, whatever. To me, it's a very ugly looking game, if we're going to be honest. And Crackdown has never really been a good game, in my opinion. That's my opinion. So I don't think it's going to affect Xbox One X sales. Okay. So my question to you guys is, with Crackdown 3 delayed, what's really left for Crackdown 3? And do you think the Xbox community will support Crackdown 3 if, I'm going to say if, because they like to delay things and cancel them, if it does release in, 2018. No, 2018 is supposed to be released. What, do you think the Xbox community is going to support it? So,
no. I go first.
All right, go ahead.
As in the words of Jimmy B. Gaming, they're going to be on Netflix. Cuddled up. No, I'm bullshit. I'm playing. I'm pretty sure they're going to support it. It's a huge blow, but the game looked like trash. And a lot of people didn't even really give a fuck about it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, will they support it?
Why do you think they'll support it then?
I mean, because they ain't going to have shit else. They ain't gonna have nothing else for it not to be. I mean, I don't know. Like, if the game looked good, I would buy it. The game looked like shit, so I'm not gonna buy it. And I mean, that's really it, man. Like, people on Twitter right now getting excited over Record Definitive Edition. For what? You ain't bought a regular edition.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point, though. They ain't buy the regular, why are they concerned about something else?
They don't even play games, man. They just like to talk about the consoles. They worried about the hardware. Anybody that's watching, Jimmy B Gaming made a video talking about this shit, and he broke down a lot of shit that a lot of Xbox people don't talk about. And because he is considered a bot, but not a bot, I respect what he said, man. Like, he talked about how motherfuckers was, like, they don't play the games. All they play is Madden, Call of Duty, and all the other regular shit, and they don't support the exclusives. They never supported the exclusives, and they probably never will. I was arguing with people earlier this week on Hard 8 Facebook page about this shit, because I'm like, yo, you don't even support the shit, and I go on his achievements, and it's right. Like, I beat Quantum Break. You know what I'm saying? I beat Gears of War 4. Some people don't even play that shit.
I know.
And it's just sad, man, that we got to have this type of conversation. But get hyped over that Record Definitive Edition, because that shit gonna be lit.
Yeah. But you know what? That's what I'm saying. I've seen. See, that's what bothers me about the community, because I was there. Okay. And, do I still have my Xbox One? Yes. Do I still play it on occasion? Yes. Okay. But my thing is that you guys I've always seen you hype stuff up, but you never play it. So why buy the hyping it up? Most of you people, like Jimmy said, you're on Netflix, social media, YouTube, or something else. Okay. That's what you're doing. Hulu, whatever. That's what you're doing with your Xbox. You're not gaming. You don't put up any streams. You don't put up any gameplay. You don't do any of that.
Motherfuckers talking about the controllers and the hardware.
It's only talking about is hardware. It's a shame. And I ain't trying to put nobody down or anything, but I'm just trying to keep it real with everybody. Stop doing that. I don't want to see, Xbox die. I don't want to see Microsoft do bad. I don't.
Competition is good shit. If it ain't no competition, then Sony and you already know what Nintendo could do, how they dictated back in the day. How they was just like, they do it right now. It's like, this is how we gonna do it. If you don't like it, then don't buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't care about the customer, but when you have competition, then these companies have to, sort of navigate a certain way, and they have to show respect to the customer. If they do that, we don't get no respect. Barely as it is, shit.
Exactly. But you know what? The other thing, to add something what you just said, in the same token, if they're going to give you what you're asking for, then support the games.
Exactly.
Because that's why they're not giving you games, because you don't support them and you don't play them.
But
you don't.
I'm gonna also say, if that shit trash, that shit trash. Like, if that game would have came out and they was like, "Oh, it's not good," I wasn't gonna buy that shit. I'm not gonna spend my money on no bullshit. But I feel like if you one of them people that's like diehard Xbox or diehard PlayStation, but you don't play the exclusives, I gotta look at you a certain type of way. Like, what's your argument? Why are you even mad? What are you talking about? Like, go play your video game. But it's like the argument is always, "Oh, this my console is better, this and that." Just play the games.
But this is the thing. If it's so much better, then why aren't you playing games as opposed to talking shit about the other one and saying yours is so much better? If it's so much better, you wouldn't have the time to make all those videos and talk about it. You'd be playing games. That's it. You'd be playing games. It's crazy. You know? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you fine.
Oh, no, it just got dead quiet because I was done talking and I thought somebody was going to chime in.
Nah,
Okay.
I'm waiting for Frozen to go do his thing. Rambo finna come in. I believe I see him in the chat.
No, go ahead. Let Rambo introduce himself because he just came in.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, well, Rambo, real quick before Frozen goes, and then you can chime in after him. Introduce yourself and tell people what you've been playing, and then Frozen got something to
let's
say.
see. Well, you know, everybody knows who I am. As far as on what I've been playing, I guess, some Batman Telltale on Xbox. I've been trying to figure out some way to make use of my Xbox. So I've been replaying a lot of the games I finished on PlayStation. I've been replaying on Xbox now, so that way I can have something to actually do on it.
Okay. That's well. If you got one, you don't want to keep it around just as a paperweight. You want to use it.
Right.
I get what you say. I go back on occasion too and do something. So I understand that. You know, I'm not just gonna have a paperweight sitting here. You know. So I agree with that. Okay. Before you tell us about your thoughts on the cancellation here of Crackdown 3 and whether it's going to get support and what it means, we're gonna let Frozen go.
Okay.
Yeah, me personally, I had no interest in Crackdown. To be honest, I said this on Twitter. If it was going to come out between Call of Duty and Star Wars, it was going to get destroyed. Nobody would have bought it, period. That's just how it is. You don't put your exclusives out to die. And I still think it's sent out to die because in March, there's going to be a lot of games coming out. I believe Red Dead Redemption is coming out in March. God of War, a couple other games coming out. But I do think one way they could make it sell if they put the Halo 6 beta in there, like they did with the other Crackdown. They can put Halo 6 beta behind it, and people will buy it just for the beta. Because, you know, like the hardcore Halo fans will buy it just because. But me personally...
That's not a bad point.
Yeah, but me personally, I wasn't really interested in it. A lot of people were, you know, disgusted at the way it looked. It didn't look good to them. You know, maybe they're delaying it for the... Delays are not bad. But if you don't have anything else to play, that's not a good look either. And hopefully Sunday during Gamescom they announce something new, or they bring something else out to replace it. You know, but it sucks every game gets delayed. But in my opinion, I like games getting delayed. It saves me money and gives me more time to play games I'm playing now. But that's just my opinion.
You know, the other thing is I agree with you on sometimes it's good for it to be delayed. Like you said, you can wait for it. Sometimes you need to be patient because if something is actually wrong with a game, why would you want a broke game?
Yeah, you're right.
So it takes you. So what if it takes a couple more months to get it? Yeah, you were expecting it, but like you said, other people may be pissed because they have nothing to play right now. You know, I have plenty of stuff to play.
Well, if they're using their Xbox for third party, then you have something to play. Like you can't. Even though you say there's no game, there's no exclusives really. But
right.
There's there are games to play. You just got to go out there and look. There are indies. There's stuff to play. There's always something to play. People aren't just motivated to look and see what's on there to play. There's games to play. Anyone saying there's no games to play, there's games to play. It doesn't matter what platform you're on. The Switch even has games.
Right.
There's games on every platform. Even on mobile phones, there's games. Like, I don't want to hear that stuff where people are saying, what do I have to... There's games to play. They just don't have exclusives, you know? And I don't think people really even playing that over Star Wars Battlefront or COD.
No.
Those are big games, you know. I think me personally, I think I knows that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. Like you said, there are some things, but some people say, "Well, I'm not into that game. I don't like that game." Like you said, there are some things that just not exclusives. Not. So it is what it is. Rambo, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I don't mind games being delayed. I understand why they are. It's just that it really hurts as far as the Xbox go because there's really nothing there for me. I mean, like, obviously there's Cuphead, Forza. I mean, I buy every Xbox exclusive, every single one of them. So I'll eventually buy Forza. It's not one of the games I really care about having. But when it comes to that, I was actually kind of looking forward to try Crackdown. I've never played a Crackdown game. It didn't look appealing. Like it wasn't looking like it was going to be something I gotta have this game. But I was going to buy it and try it. And now there's really nothing. Like it's just kind of opened up a big hole, and all there is third-party games. And I think this is really kind of what the future of Xbox holds. I mean, they'll have the Halo, Forza, Gears, combo all the time. But as far as like new games and new things going, I really think this is the direction they're going because it just doesn't seem to be that he's really Phil Spencer keeps saying he's like really serious about first party. He's going to invest in first party this and first party that. And the only thing that we keep seeing is shit closing down and shit being canceled or delayed or whatever. It's like I don't believe a word he says when he says that he cares about first-party games. I think he only cares about the major three, and that's a shame because I really like the Xbox for having the second console for the exclusives, but it doesn't look like that's really going to be a big thing for me because I'm not really a big Halo, Gears, or Forza fan. So it definitely put a damper in my want the Xbox One X on day one because that was the date that was the same day purchase.
Right.
So right now, I mean, like if I buy an Xbox One X, I still might because of the the special edition that they have coming out for the day one. But if I do, it's just going to sit there, or it's going to be I get to play Cuphead in 4K. I mean, it's just and by then I'll already actually finished Cuphead.
Hey, they got Recore the definitive edition.
The Recore definitive edition. I just want to touch on that real quick. Now that you brought that up, is because people are like hyping this thing up and saying, "Yay, we at least got a game coming." Fuck that game, and fuck anybody who buys that game. Because I tell you what, whenever the first game released broken, unfinished, not even the last bot wasn't even in the damn game, and now they're going to sell you a $20 version to actually finish the damn game. You kiss my ass with that shit. I'm not buying that damn thing. Like that'll be the one game I do not own from them because I refuse to spend $20 more to get the actual last bot that I actually should have got the first game that I bought from them. But still, I mean even then, all the games that are going to be coming out, Forza, Cuphead, they're all going to be done before the Xbox One X releases, and then. The Xbox One X has now become the definitive pretend 4K retro console, where you can play all your old games in pretend 4K. It doesn't have anything. It's not like a big must-have thing like that we were expecting, and it's kind of disappointing. It just seems like that they've lost focus on their side. But I really hope that like Frozen said that with them pushing it past COD and Battlefront. It'll do better, maybe. But quite frankly, I think that Crackdown's kind of a dead thing right now. I think people will move on, not even worry about it during the beginning of next year.
So you don't think people support that game?
No. I think it's. I mean, people are already talking shit about it anyway. I think it'll sell, but I think it's going to be like somewhere along the lines of maybe Recore sells. It's going to be very low. I think it'll be very low numbers.
It needs to stay out of Red Dead's way if it's coming out the same month. It needs to stay out of that game's way.
Yeah, Red Dead will kill it. Red Dead will kill anything.
Red Dead Redemption would definitely kill Crackdown.
Yeah, I mean that's a problem.
If they're going to release it around the same time, like Frozen said, if that's the time, the frame they're looking at, it's going to crush it.
I still feel like Red Dead ain't coming out until like the fall next year, if that, because they usually make more videos. They only show like one video.
I don't know.
Unless they do something this weekend.
Rockstar is real quiet.
Yeah, but when they start pumping, when they start showing you trailers, think about GTA 5 and the previous releases. It's a build up. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of like
GTA 5 and Red Dead are two different studios.
Yeah, but I mean, they still gonna use the same type of advertisement. Not to go off track of what we talking about and shit with Xbox, but I still feel like it's probably not coming out to the fall, man. Because they would have had another video by now. You know,
you're probably right. I mean,
even if that doesn't come out until then, you're talking about isn't God of War? Wait, isn't God of War supposed to be releasing around that time? They're talking about Crackdown being released.
Yeah,
people going to go to God of War over a Crackdown.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how.
And who knows what other games are there? There might be a lot more other games coming out. Like I think Far Cry 5 is also coming out.
You have Far Cry 5. You have God of War. You have what's it called? Days Gone, Spider-Man. I forgot the not Dreams, but the that's
Skull and Bones. There's a bunch of games.
The one where you're a android. Detroit, yeah. All those are supposed to be releasing around the same time frame, or like that same, first half of the year, kind of like the same time frame that they've given for Crackdown now. So I mean, it's going to be a tough sell for Crackdown no matter what. Like they kind of like release from one frying pan right into another. So I mean, I just don't, unless something changes like dramatically with that game, I don't see it doing well.
They just need to stay away from the big third-party releases. Like January, I think is a good month to put it out there. If I don't think anything big's coming out in January, like really, like third-party wise, they could throw it out in there. Like Sea of Thieves, I think is next year as well, and State of Decay. So
yeah, almost all their exclusives now are at the beginning of next year.
It kind of makes their next year look a little better, especially if they got Halo and they got Forza Horizon 4. It's more games for them next year, so it'll be better next year than what it was this year.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Y'all think Pug is coming out this year like they expected? Or
No, it's just going to be preview. It's going to be preview program, beta thing, I think.
Yeah, but to be quite honest with you, Frozen, I mean, they could put out just basically 1 or 2 games next year, and they'd have more games than they did this year. So I mean, it's not going to be very hard for them to actually top this year.
Quality.
Yeah, I think Ori is next year as well. I think that was already confirmed for next year. A lot of people talking about Ori.
Well, Super Lucky Tales, people keep bringing up Super Lucky Tales for this year, but they pulled that from the store.
Super Lucky Tale needs to be on the Switch. I'll definitely buy it on there.
It was available for pre-order on the Xbox.
They're not buying that. They don't buy games like that.
No, but then they pulled it. So tell me, I mean, like if they put it up for pre-order, usually Xbox never puts a game up for pre-order if it's going to be like if it's they usually wait till it's actually ready to go. So it being pulled makes me wonder, why is it being pulled? Like, are they going to delay it as well?
Yeah, that might be another delay.
That's a very good question.
That was supposed to be November, right?
It was supposed to be sometime around they just said basically holiday or whatever, but...
Well, they should put it in December. That's a good date, because they're not buying it anywhere anyway. No reason to put it next to anything that's going to stop it even more. I'm interested in that game. If I had an Xbox, I'd definitely get that.
I am too, because I mean, I like platformers, and that right there was the one game that really caught my eye at their E3. But it just kind of I went to go pre-order it, and it was off the store. Like they had removed it, and I actually went back and actually asked something on Twitter about like, okay, why is it saying, why can't I pre-order Super Lucky Tales? And somebody like sent me a link saying, here's the link, go pre-order it. Clicked on the link and it showed the pre-order button grayed out. Like you can't actually pre-order it anymore. They took it off. So there's something going on with that game.
That's
Something
crazy.
going wrong with Xbox, man.
Yeah, there is, and like this is like really Phil Spencer's year, and his year's been kind of the worst year of Xbox.
Somebody gonna get fired.
I hate to say somebody needs to be fired because I hate.
No, he
seeing,
said
I hate,
somebody may get fired. He
Yeah,
said
no,
may.
no. I was about to say somebody needs to, but I mean,
Unless they show a whole bunch
hate
of brand new
saying that.
games at Gamescom, I don't think they're doing anything. Like they need to be. They said there's going to be announcements.
But I think their announcements have been leaked.
I heard something about Age of Empires, but I think if it's just a bunch of backwards compatibility, that's not really much to be excited
The
for.
leak was there was a leak for the Project Scorpio edition of the Xbox One X. Basically, every pre-order for Day One edition will have it'll say Project Scorpio on the controller and on the console, like basically like it did Day One for the Day One 2013 edition. That was the leak that they were a big surprise they were going to bring at Gamescom, and then another one was the Recore Definitive Edition. And so now, what do they have now? Like backwards compatible games? Like
And
really?
third party, that's all they got. You know,
It's nothing to like. I don't even know why. Like they should just cancel Gamescom.
we don't know. They might have a surprise. I'm hoping they have something. You know,
I don't know what could. Okay, the only thing is like what could they possibly have because they have all their first party studios are busy.
well, I don't know. I eat my words, and I can actually see something new. Maybe they got new stuff to show other than backwards compatibility OG Xbox.
And then we have Sea of Thieves with Rare.
It's like
That's the end of their first party lineup. That's the end of their first party studios. Like they don't have any more after that.
Can you guys? Oh, you guys can you guys hear me now?
yeah,
Yeah.
we hear you.
Oh, for some reason you guys I couldn't hear you guys talking.
You had went out and then you came back in.
How that happened? Anyway, well, you guys were talking about the Xbox, I know. So speaking of the Xbox, here's something else. Something that I'm talking. First of all, the Xbox One X. First of all, I hate that name. I really do. I hate that name. To me, it's a stupid name. Okay, Microsoft has announced that the Xbox One X will be available to pre-order this weekend.
Yep.
Now, to me, I know people are probably excited about a new console, but the Xbox One X to me is just another accessory. If that makes sense to you guys, and I think some of you it does. Okay. This really doesn't feel like a launch of a new console to me. It really doesn't. It feels like every other time Microsoft releases like a new controller for the Xbox or some feature that should have been there since day one. I mean, that's just my opinion, but what do you guys think of the Xbox One X being available for pre-order this weekend?
The hype around it from whenever they announced it at E3 to now has like dwindled. There's a few people that talk about it, like the hardcore Xbox guys. I'm gonna pre-order it. Like I said, I want that Project Scorpio edition or whatever. But I'm like you. It's just gonna basically be another thing to sit and. I'm buying it so that way it matches my PlayStation 4 Pro. They're both black at that point. Other than that,
so you're giving your PlayStation a buddy to talk to, right?
Yeah, like I mean, he's got to have something.
You gotta get that Switch. I'm telling you, you'll be better, man.
I'd probably
Switch,
be better
Switch
off
is not very big either. You can fit it on your stand. Nice, it's very small.
The only problem is just playing with kids, man. I can't.
I would get a Switch, man, but they gotta fix a couple things, man.
They gotta fix that. They gotta fix that voice act for sure, man.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the X, I mean, I see that the hardcore base is going to probably order it, but after that, I mean, I'm kind of like you. It feels like that they're announcing like the Elite controller.
Exactly. It didn't give me nothing to be excited even for.
Yeah, like it's just kind of like, oh boy, guys, we're launching something here someday. You can do something, and whatever you want to do. And that's what it kind of feels like. It just kind of feels another like nobody's looking. I'm not looking forward to Sunday. Like if I miss the pre-order, okay, no big deal. I just don't know. I mean, there's not that much excitement built around it because there's really nothing going on with it.
Exactly. You know what it also feels like to me, Rambo? Just like another media box.
Yeah, like it's like I get to watch my Netflix in a black box instead of a white box. Yay.
Exactly.
Yay.
Netflix and chill.
That's right, man. Like I don't. I mean, I'm like that guy, Objadon or whatever. I don't know why I'm like even worried about the stupid 4K Blu-ray player in here. It's been forever since I bought a damn 4K or a Blu-ray. Like
The format, man. I'm all about the format.
I don't. I'm just like, shit. I can watch it digitally. I don't know. I don't know why I really don't know why I have that box, and I don't know why I'm pre-ordering it. But I am, and I will. And
Well, Rambo, you said you were a collector, so
yeah, that's what'll end up happening. Is just go collect in the collection and go. Okay, well, I had it.
well, hopefully one day you'll have, maybe they will come out with some work on some new exclusives that you can one day put in there.
I hope they give me a reason that to actually play the thing that I have after I buy it. I hope they do.
Besides Forza.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, I'm tired of Forza. But
and Halo and Gears.
Yeah,
I don't know. After a while, I don't know. But after a while, I don't know how far Gears is going to go. How much further you can go. If you know what happened in the last one, how much further can you go?
Well,
really?
Gears 4 bored the hell out of me. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, Gears 5, whenever they announce that, I'm just going to be like, yeah, okay.
Well, I have an idea what it's going to be rounded around. I'm not going to spoil it,
Yeah, me too.
For the ending. So, but after that,
I don't know where it can go.
That's I'm wondering, where can it go? Are they going to skip into the future, and these young ones are going to be old like the rest of them? The other ones are going to be gone and buried, and then they're going to have their kids doing it too?
I don't know. I hope eventually we get to see the game that Coalition was working on. That's all the work on Gears 4.
Yeah.
In 2013, they had that named game. It was a trailer, and it was a work in progress, and it was done by Black Tusk Studio, which is now Coalition. But then that was scrapped and put on the back burner for Gears 4. So I'm hoping at one point in time we actually get to see what that game was, could have been.
That would be nice.
But Microsoft isn't really about creative freedom, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's another reason why a lot of developers are not rocking with them.
I know that the fanboys just don't want to admit it, but they're like, they got creative freedom. These devs just want to work on the same exact game for the rest of their fucking lives. I'm like, no, I doubt any creative person wants to create the same damn game over and over again.
No, they want to create something new because they want their name out there. No, you can't say that they're going to, they do have creative freedom, because like you said, it's just like people who design cars and this jewelry and everything else. They ain't going to design the same type car every time a new car comes out. There's going to be something new.
They got to have something to challenge themselves, and like you can with the first person shooter or even a third person shooter, you can only do so much with those genres before it just becomes like a cookie cutter process. There's no creativity in it anymore. Like you just.
Oh, you're biting out a little bit, Rambo. Rambo, you're biting a little bit.
I'm sorry. Is that better? I mean, eventually with first person shooters like Halo or third person shooters like Gears, it gets to a point to where it's just they become cookie cutter. There's not too much more innovation that can go into these games to make them stand out amongst the other third-person shooters and first-person shooters. So to think that these devs, these creative minds, want to sit back and just like keep on churning out a first-person shooter, churning out a third-person shooter, not changing up at all.
You're botting again.
I don't know why I'm botting, but not changing up at all to me seems very far-fetched. I just think that Microsoft has them tied to a game. That's it.
Well, that's my point. I think the same way you're thinking. Corleone, what do you think about this?
I just think that man, they just I don't understand this whole thing with Xbox and why they keep like staying with the same people, the same titles. Like the people that created Halo have moved on. They make Destiny now. And then the people that made Gears of War, they sold it because they didn't even like working with Epic Games didn't even like working with Microsoft. So why are y'all still making the same shit just because it's sold back then? You have a
See,
different.
You just made a good point. You just made a good point because that just goes to show they're not giving them creative freedom. That's why they walked.
And then it's like the people that you have, like a lot of people don't play those games anymore, and it shows from the sales. And then they don't support the online like they still should be supporting it. Nobody's playing it. Nobody fucking playing Gears like they supposed to be playing it. Just the diehards that So it's
Yeah, but some of the people that said they were diehards aren't even still playing Gears online. They're not. They're not at all. And someone got mad when people beat them or do better than they do, and they I'm a beast. I'm a beast at you. And then getting there with me, and when I do something, all of a sudden you don't want to talk no more. Okay, so you're a beast. Okay, and I never played it online. And the first time I do, you get mad when I do better than you do. Took me a little while to get there, but these people aren't playing no more. They're not.
For me, this is like, for those that don't know, I never had an Xbox before in my entire life. So for this be my first time dealing with the whole Xbox Microsoft experience, it's been a major letdown. I feel like I missed out. I should have been down with the shit when they had the 360.
Oh, you would have had fun then. You would have had fun then.
It's like they changing the UI interface, they doing this and that. Like they working so hard on the hardware and trying to satisfy people with the hardware, but they're not thinking like, dude, just make a fucking video game. Just make anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, make something.
That's my point. Why are you trying to satisfy those handful of fanboys? And and I say handful, not meaning only 5. I say a handful because compared to as many gamers that are out there, they are just a handful.
Yeah.
And all they do is talk about hardware and this, that, and power and this, that, and the other. And you're feeding into those people. What about all these other people supported you for way back to the OG? Come on. And we supported the games as well, not just the hardware.
I mean, I had an OG Xbox and I had a 360, but it wasn't really one that I messed with because at the time I was really busy with life anyway. So whenever I actually did go look at the games on there, I could really.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you, bot.
Hard, bro.
All right, I think he went out.
But like what he was saying, I feel like the shit just like they just need to know what I'm saying, make some games, man. I'm not trying to diss them because I got the console. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. I have the consoles too. I ain't trying to disrespect them. I ain't trying to diss them either. I wanted the games.
And that's why that shit pissed me off earlier. They like, oh man, definitive. I'm like, is you serious? Like, you hype for ReCore? Like, come on, Smooth. Like, that shit be pissing me off about, dude. Because I be like, yo, like, that shit wasn't even good. And you sitting up there hyping up definitive? What's definitive? They shouldn't even make a definitive game if the motherfucker didn't even do shit the first time. What's definitive about it?
Exactly.
Like, can anybody in the chat answer me what the fuck is definitive about ReCore? Why would you even make that game again? And then why would you not make it the right way the first fucking time? Since you want to know what I'm saying, be, canceling shit and, doing all this extra shit. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to cancel something, cancel. Redo it the right way. Like, Scalebound shouldn't even be canceled. They should be making a better Scalebound. Yeah. Fable Legends. I played that shit for like 3 months, and then you just cancel it. They don't know their customer like they used to, and it starts at the top.
Mr. Corleone, what they're doing is they pity pat around. I ain't gonna say pity pat. They fought around with these jackasses that are on YouTube, okay, that think they know everything, that only buy the hardware, talk about power and this, that, and the other, don't play games, always on social media. They'll get a handful of those people, and I don't care if it's 100 of them or 1,000 of them. Compared to all the Xboxes that are out there, 1,000 ain't shit. Okay? What about people like us that want the games. We're not worried about all that extra oomphy power you want to put in there. We don't give a shit.
And they ain't getting my money. I'm not buying no Xbox nothing until I get some Xbox games.
That's what
Only
I'm
reason
saying.
why you buying the X is because you have a 4K television. If you don't have a 4K television, there's no need for you to even support that system. The only reason why these mid-gen consoles came out is to support a television set and to support, instead
Well,
of them getting the shit right and just making, the 1440 out of 1080p, 60 frames or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You want your television set out, you want your visuals to be. They still, know what I'm saying, like they putting money down on a bunch of extra shit that it's not relevant to me.
well,
So
It's not relevant.
The Xbox One X is going to benefit 1080p TVs more than the Pro does. Like it's going to super sample every game, so that means your 1080p picture that you have is going to be sharper and crisper and clearer and look better. You're going to have better detail than you would, I guess, playing on an Xbox One S at 1080p, because you're going to be downsampled from 4K or 1800p or whatever. So there is a positive to having an Xbox One X for like the 1080p TVs, more so than there is the PS4 Pro. But I mean, that's just if you really care about that. I mean, if you don't, then I mean, the major difference is, like you said, going to be the 4K TVs, but you will see a difference in the 1080p screens.
yeah, I'm at they need some games, man.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
I don't think I'll ever purchase one. They don't have any exclusive JRPGs like they did on 360. That's the main reason I even held those above what PS3 had. PS3 was way more expensive last gen, so I got a 360 and I enjoyed, games like Blue Dragon, Last Remnant, Star Ocean, Eternal Sonata, Lost Odyssey. Where'd all those games at?
Yeah, they're gonna do backwards compatible. Do some games that I haven't played, like the Tom Clancy Conviction. When is that gonna be on backwards compatible? You know what I'm saying? Like some other shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not impressed. And I had made a video on it, and I don't care if people mad or whatever. Like I don't give a fuck, because this is not about trying to like coddle a console. As a consumer, I'm pissed off because I'm just like, yo, I ain't getting nothing for the value of what I paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about 2018. What's coming out now? Like, you lose your your customer when you don't listen to them, and Xbox is not listening. They just lie. They keep lying. Like, I don't know this. People don't know. They've been lying. They've been promising shit and not delivering over the last 2 years.
It's unfortunate. It really is. But, unfortunately, as consumers, all we can do is do what we're doing now and speak our mind. And hopefully one day they'll listen to our voices. That's all we can do.
One day.
But then, you know what's going to happen? One day they're going to listen to a lot of our voices, and it's going to be too late.
Yeah, we'll be gone.
People are going to say, I'm done. I've been asking for this for 5 years now. I'm done. Or longer. I'm done. I'm not going to wait again.
We can only do something.
Can't do it. Exactly. And they got to realize, like Corleone was saying, we are consumers at the end of the day. We're not corporate slaves. We're consumers. And if you offer us a product that says it's going to do XYZ and have XYZ coming with it and going to be supported with XYZ and ABC and 1, 2, 3 and all, and you don't give us all that, you lied. You just wrote people in to get the money, and that was it. For what? Nobody ain't going to trust you again. It's like going to a used car dealership, and they sell you a damn clunker. Are you going to go back to them again if they don't want to do nothing for you?
All right. Somebody in the chat wants me to ask you what the pros are, like in the pros and cons of the Xbox One X.
Man, fuck the pros and the whatever about the One X. Where the games at? All that shit don't matter. If you gonna buy Madden and Assassin's Creed and all that, then you're gonna get better picture than on the PS4 Pro. But if you're looking for some exclusives, where the fuck is they at? Fuck Forza. They need some games for the people that bought the Xbox One and the Xbox One S. Everybody getting hyped over some shit. Like, oh, they're gonna have better graphics and shit. Where the better games at? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my whole thing. Like, just say it's for multiplats then.
Yeah, it's basically the best. I guess if you're a console player, that's the best place to play multiplayer.
Oh man, you gotta wait till E3, man. That's what they say.
Cyrus, as far as the games that are rendered in 720p and 900p, there's been kind of a mixed message on that. Like one of them said that they will the Xbox One X will automatically render them in 1080p. And like basically like the Halo game, like Halo that was a dynamic resolution, it's meant to run in 1080p 60 frames per second, but since the Xbox One could not do that, and sometimes it ran in like say 700p, then on the Xbox One X it will run in its intended form at 1080p 60. It won't actually run in 4K or whatever. Now 343 is working on an update on that. But games like that, like the 720p games and the 900p games, from what I understand, they will only run up to 1080p unless a patch is done on those games to bring them higher. But I don't know. I don't know what's gonna look like from going from 720p and like just with a patch to 4K. Like that's not going to make a good looking game, I wouldn't think.
Shit is, man, fuck that. Fuck the Xbox right now. So they show improve. I need some games. Are they gonna be at Gamescom this weekend?
Yeah,
this week.
They're gonna be at Gamescom. Yes.
Yeah, they got surprises. That's what they said.
Yeah, I think they're surprised. But I mean, like shortly after they said they got surprises, all this shit started leaking.
It better not just be backwards compatibility and the reveal.
I think it's just next. I think they just gonna wait until next generation. And then start it from scratch or something. I don't know, man.
Maybe that one Capcom game that they said was exclusive to Xbox, they're gonna show that. Like that game, what's it called? Night of Aces or something like that. They got some type of exclusive game that Capcom owes them. Like, we gotta wait and see. Hopefully, I'm hoping they show something. I don't want them to do bad.
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't think any of us want them to do bad. Nobody wants them to do bad.
I just don't see what they can do to pull themselves out of this.
So show 3 new IPs. That'll pull them out of it.
It probably sound like I'm hating this shit, but it's cool. Like, like I have the console and I just want to play something that's fun and efficient.
Yeah. That's not too much to ask for, man.
And show games and don't give a release date or anything, because then if you delay it, Sony kind of got a little better than that. They don't even give you release dates anymore until they're actually confident. A lot of people were kind of disappointed with the Days Gone. They didn't give a release window or date. But you remember what happened with Uncharted. A lot of people were upset how many times Uncharted was delayed, so they don't even give you a date if people get upset.
It's a smart thing to do. And Negropolitan ice cream, as far as them doing good, why would I care if they do good? That's good for me. The better they do, the better I'm at, because I'm the one sitting here buying their games.
Right.
Can you say that you own every single one of their exclusives? Because I can.
Nah, I can't.
Like, so you want to say that I don't want them to do good, but if I don't want them to do good, then why the hell do I own more exclusives than what you do?
That's the same thing. I'm with you, Rambo. I'm with you on that one, Rambo, because I was an exclusive. I bought the exclusives, and then even if I didn't enjoy them, I still had them. You know what I'm saying?
I literally own every single exclusive from 2013 till now. I have it, even the ones coming up this year pre-ordered. Every single one of them, like everyone. There's not one I'm missing. So
yeah.
So, Negropolitan ice cream, can you say the same?
If they release 3 JRPGs, I'll buy the system. If they release 3 exclusive ones that I can't get on any other console or platform, not any other console, I'll buy one. I'll buy an S, mainly for the 4K Blu-ray. So that'll be my main reason.
The scary thing is and the reason why we talk like this, Negropolitan, is because we know Nintendo can't keep PlayStation honest. They're going to do good this generation, and then their history is, bam, next generation they're going to come out with something fucked up, and nobody's going to like touch it. And then what's it called? Then you know, if Microsoft doesn't do any better, I mean, at this point, Sony could literally come to the Tokyo Game Show and show us games that they show us 2014 E3. Games we've already played and beat and won and moved on. I mean, they could go there and show that older games, and nobody could care. Nobody could say anything.
Well, it's rumored they have quite a bit of new games to show.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like right now, Sony's just walking at this point.
They're too comfortable right now, in my opinion.
Yes, and that we want Microsoft to do better because Nintendo cannot keep this up. They're going good with the Switch, and I think that they actually even have a chance of actually overtaking the Xbox as far as a second place.
Nintendo goal is not
Nintendo going hard.
Yeah,
Nintendo doesn't even care about what the other.
Yeah, I know they don't. But what I'm saying,
didn't they win NPD last month?
Yeah,
they won NPD, and 4 of their exclusives are in the top 20.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like that we know Nintendo can't keep PlayStation or even Xbox honest for a long-term period. So the only thing that's going
right now they're kicking Xbox's ass right now.
Yeah, right now. But the only thing that's going to keep PlayStation honest and keep PlayStation like doing good like what they're doing is a good functioning Xbox community or a good functioning Xbox division. And why anybody would think that we would want them to do bad, and it blows my mind, because then that means the PlayStation's going bad too, because they're going to start becoming very anti-consumer.
How many?
Because they can do whatever the hell they want to do.
Rambo, let me ask you a question. How many active users do they say that's on Xbox?
There's like 40 million active users, but I think that's counting Windows 10 PC, Xbox One, and Xbox 360.
Well, the console players, what they should do is they should all stand up and say we're not paying for online to make it better for everyone else. I think that would be a good thing that they could start to do. Let's say they don't want to pay for online.
There is no way in hell Microsoft is getting rid of Xbox Live, because that's about the only thing keeping Xbox around. Like that's a lot of damn money.
You don't think they'll get rid of it if the gamers stood up? Like
hell no, they wouldn't.
Nah, they ain't getting rid of it.
First of all, you're never going to get a big enough group of console gamers to stand up together, because I mean everybody's being conditioned like, who cares? It's good. It's worth it. So you're never going to get enough console gamers to stand up against it. So yeah, and even if you did, Microsoft would be like, tough shit, man. And
you'd have to have well over 50%.
Yeah,
period.
I'd
drop it. Period.
It would be,
and that's not going to happen.
Yeah, you're never going to get them to walk away from that, and that's a lot of money that Microsoft would be walking away from. And really, without that, I mean, the Xbox doesn't sell as well as it used to, and in the 360 days, and they don't sell their games as well as they used to in the 360 days. So their real moneymaker is going to be microtransactions in Xbox Live. And right now, there's no way in hell they'd give up that money. The Xbox division, I think, would tank. And I don't want to see that happen for sure. That cannot happen, because
I think what Microsoft's problem is, their main focus is not the Xbox. Sony's main focus is PlayStation, because that's what they need to do well. Like everything else regarding Sony isn't doing well, but everything
besides their music. So their music and their PlayStation is the only thing they really care. They're really focused on PlayStation.
Microsoft, everything else is doing well except Xbox, so they don't really care. They don't really care. Like, and
Microsoft has other priorities.
A lot of people blame Phil. Like, Phil has a boss. He's just a front man taking all the heat. I
honestly think Phil was brought in just to clean this shit up. Like,
even with Matrick, at least they had Xbox exclusives still. They still had games. They had third-party deals. Even though he did do, bad things, he still had stuff there for people to play. He still had games there.
Yeah, I think Matrick would have been
Peter Moore back in the day,
Yeah, but I think Matrick would have been a better fit for the Xbox One. I mean, I know that he fucked up in the beginning with his messaging, but I really think if Microsoft would have stuck behind him, then we would be seeing a different Microsoft this year.
Yeah, They needed to see if he was going to fix this. It should have made sure he was going to fix his shit, like you said, stand by him, see what he's going to do, and he's going to clean it up.
I think Phil Spencer's a hatchet man. I think that he's brought in to clean up the loose money they're spending with the salary, and I think that they're looking to slimline that business down to as little going out and as much coming in.
That's a damn shame. You'd get more coming in if you make those damn exclusives.
Yeah, they definitely would for me, for sure.
I think they get it from quite a few people.
Yeah,
that don't talk. You know, you talk about just some of us YouTubers that talk about. What about people that don't even get on YouTube? They may listen to what we talk about, but or in the chat, they're not YouTubers. Okay, they would support that. Okay, but they're not out there voicing it. You know, for whatever reason, maybe because they just don't feel comfortable. Maybe they're just not outspoken like some of us are. You know, maybe they're shy. You know, maybe they just, would rather not be involved because they know once you say something, everybody's going to be all on your ass. They don't want to deal with the bullshit of YouTube. You know, more than likely, that's probably what the biggest part is. They don't want to deal with the bullshit on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, I imagine for sure. Yeah.
You know, people don't want to deal with that shit. And you know what I'm talking about because you get it and I get it. So, and Corleone's going to be getting it if he hasn't gotten it already. I'm sure he's gotten some. And Frozen probably gotten some for some of the stuff he said too. But you know what? When you're on YouTube, if you say something that somebody don't like, they come and.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
it is what it is. I don't really care.
Yeah. But I'm saying we don't give a shit. Other people don't want to deal with it.
Let's move on, man. Fuck Xbox, man.
Yeah,
let's talk about some games because it's other shit going on besides these.
We got carried away, but we're just trying to make a point.
I feel you.
All right, let's move on. Okay, so this past week we saw the release of Hellblade. Now I love that game personally. Okay, in fact I platinumed it. Okay, and it just came out this past week, but I platinumed the game already. The graphics are probably some of the best on the PlayStation 4. I did have my problems with the game here and there. I know Jimmy B Gaming and I had the same opinion about this game. Okay, we loved it.
No spoilers.
But it did leave us with some questions. Okay, as you know, I beat it on Twitch. Okay, now without spoiling the entire experience. Okay, I feel like Ninja Theory has something here. I really do. I honestly do. I also feel like the game needs some DLC. Now, to the people who have played Hellblade, what is your opinion of it? And if you haven't played it or you haven't gotten it, are you going to get it?
I have played it. I played it day one, and I just put it I put it down because I wanted to finish Final Fantasy 15. I love it. I love the experience. I enjoy the experience. I don't know if I'm gonna play it because Uncharted take precedence over that. I'm an Uncharted guy. Like that's my shit. So knowing that that's coming out, I'm kind of like, let me just wait because I don't want to rush my experience when I play it. Like I want to do as you did. I want to platinum it. But I think it's a beautiful experience. I think it's everything that I thought Ninja Theory was going to do. I mean, for the past month, I've been talking about it on this podcast about how great the game was going to be. And I think so far what I played lived up to the expectation. Now, I have heard about some complaints, but they did drop a patch yesterday. So I'm hoping that will hopefully knock out a lot of those issues that people were having. But
yeah, they weren't major. It was just enough to annoy you, but it wasn't super duper major like some of the other games that come out that are glitchy as hell. But Rambo, what about you?
I loved it, man. It was a definite trip.
Yeah, it was.
I always joke around because I'm bipolar, so whenever all those voices are in my head, I kind of felt like at home. So I was like, something. It drowned out the voices that were already in my head. So I was like, sweet, finally, God. But it was actually a really good game. I did a review on it. If y'all want to go check it out on my channel. I don't know if they could do DLC to it. It'd be interesting to see where they spun it off from. Because they kind of carried the story all the way through. So it'd be kind of, like I said, it'd be kind of interesting to see what they could spin off from that for a DLC. And I hope that they do more games like this, explore different maybe mental illnesses or even different, maybe even societal issues as well. They seem to really nail this mental issue down.
Well, they said they actually brought a psychiatrist or psychologist in to help them with it.
Yeah, I mean, like this actress, man, I couldn't imagine what this actress had to do, like how to get herself into this character. Because man, because like that's what happened with what's his name, that when he played Joker.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger, yeah, he got himself into character so much that he actually went fucking crazy. So, and then that's the thing, he ended up killing himself or whatever. But so this girl, like, I mean, I can only imagine if she really got herself into character, she could drive herself crazy, because this girl was pretty out there, man.
Yeah.
But it was a really exciting game. I think that the game mechanics were really done really well. I didn't really have any glitches. I've seen other people where they fell into the floor and other stuff like that. I never experienced that, thankfully. So I got to experience the whole thing all the way through without any problems. But I'm really kind of interested to see what Ninja Theory has up next. They really, I think, outdid themselves this time. And so I kind of hope that they can keep this up going forward.
Yeah, me too. Me too, because I mean, if they can continue doing stuff like this, I mean, you know, they're gonna have some good shit going on for them. They'll make some money.
Yes.
And they're gonna give gamers like us a new experience every time, which is what we look for.
Yeah. Let me add, if you don't mind, before Frozen goes, I just want to add that it kind of shows that you don't need, even though it's relatively a short experience. It was a great experience for a lot of people. It's a great experience from what I played so far. But I think it just shows a 20-man team was able to accomplish so much when you have a lot of 100-man teams. So, like, piggybacking back to Microsoft, I think they should be looking at companies like this, are different, smaller companies, and trying to get them to just create what they want to create. That's one thing I love about this game. They didn't create what PlayStation wanted or what PC or what you wanted or what I wanted. They created the game that they wanted. And I think that at the end of the day, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a game you wasn't even expecting. You wasn't expecting no shit like this.
No, not at all.
Just a great experience so far for me. I can't wait to beat it.
You will, and you'll have fun doing it. Frozen, do you have any thoughts on this particular game?
I didn't get it yet. I just got a lot I'm playing right now. I'm trying to finish up, but it looks cool.
Are you thinking of getting it down the line?
Yeah, eventually. I just, there's a lot to play right now.
Okay. Yeah.
You know how it is when you get oversaturated with games. I try to just let the game stay there, and then eventually it'll go down in price. The games I've wanted that I chose not to get are already on sale now, and I'm glad I didn't get it. I'm saving money in the long run. So yeah, it's got a lot to play.
Okay. Now we're gonna go on to the next game. And Mr. Corleone, calm down, okay? Uncharted Lost Legacy. Okay. I don't have it yet, guys. I don't. I am going to get a physical copy of it. I did see some gameplay on it, and the game looked pretty good. As I said last year, I don't think Uncharted as a series is going to end anytime soon. And I said this last year. I think it's in the process of reinventing itself. And I know Mr. Corleone also had Lost. I know he had it pre-ordered. Okay. So we're going to let him go first. How hyped are you guys for Lost Legacy? And who here is getting it? We'll let you go first because you ain't going to stop unless you go first. Because I can see you probably twitching in your chair to talk, Mr. Corleone. Go ahead.
No, okay. Like, I got it. I bought it was like $80 pack for Uncharted 4, so I actually didn't have to pay for this game. They gave it to me for free, and I got the dynamic thing for free after they said that we weren't gonna get it for free. So shout out to Naughty Dog. But yeah, man, anything Uncharted, like I'm running with it. That's like Uncharted and Tomb Raider are probably my favorite games as far as like that third person action adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'm just excited for it. I mean, to be honest, before they even announced that it was gonna be a standalone, I already was playing with Nadine and Chloe as far as with the multiplayer. Like for that whole year, I've been playing with them, and then when they announced it, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be cool. The only thing that I'm kind of upset about with the game is that you don't get to play as Nadine. I thought they would kind of let you switch a little bit, but you never know what's gonna happen in the future based off the story. But I'm excited about it. You know, Chloe, one of my favorite characters in the whole Uncharted series. I actually was streaming part two yesterday, the remastered version, just so I could get back into the story and just get back into it. So I'm hyped, man. I love Uncharted, and I'm done. I can talk about this shit all day.
I know you can. We've talked about that. Frozen, do you have any comments on that?
I'm not really into Uncharted like that. I got 4, it was cool, but no, I'm not really gonna pick it up. Not really into Uncharted.
Okay. What about you, Rambo?
I don't know why you went to Mr. Corleone first, because I don't think he can be more of an Uncharted fan than I can, because I've not only
platinumed... He's been in my ear all week about this shit.
Yeah, I platinumed 1, 2, and 3. On the 4th one, I bought the console, the custom console, the digital deluxe game that I got the actual Lost Legacy free with, and then I also bought the collector's edition game as well. And then I also bought a physical copy by itself, the $60 physical copy. So I owned that game like 6 times. I gave, ended up giving, different people copies of it or whatever, but very huge Uncharted fan. I'm kind of disappointed to see that the ratings for this one wasn't as high as what the other ones were. It kind of makes me wonder if they will even continue on with this. I think this is kind of like a test run to see how the public was going to maybe adopt to Chloe and Nadine or vice versa, either or of them. And the ratings weren't, I mean, they're good, they're okay, but they're not Uncharted levels like where Uncharted 4 was and stuff like that. So it makes me wonder if we're gonna, this might be it for Uncharted. If it is, okay, I'm cool, because Naughty Dog has created some wonderful gems with Uncharted and Last of Us. I would love to see what they could do next beyond Uncharted.
What's the ratings they've been giving on the? Because I haven't looked.
It's sitting right now. Let me see. I think the last time I checked, it was like an 84. Which, I mean, like I said, it's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. It's just not. Whenever it's at 86 now. But if you look at the other Uncharted's, I mean, I'm just gonna search up Uncharted here on Metacritic, and you have 93 for Uncharted 4. 86 for the Nathan Drake collection, but then you have a 92 for Uncharted 3, a 96 for Uncharted 2, and 88 for Uncharted. So it's kind of this is kind of like the launch of Uncharted again, with the lower score. So I'm hoping that maybe if they're planning to if that was their plan, is to give us Chloe and Nadine, and then this is kind of where we were going to go from here. Hopefully they do what they did with Uncharted 1 and have the lower rating and still brought back one of the best games ever was Uncharted 2. So maybe we'll see Uncharted Lost Legacy 2, and that's going to be the biggest, the next big thing. Or they finish the story off really well in this game, and Naughty Dog brings us another masterpiece. So I don't think really either way you go with Naughty Dog, whether it's more Uncharted or another complete new IP, I don't think you're going to lose either way.
No, I don't think so either.
I think that we're setting ourselves up to be have one hell of a time with the launch of PlayStation 5. I think that's about when we're going to see the next.
I heard that they're already working on a new game
Oh yeah, I imagine they are. But I mean, so that's
going to be a sci-fi game, like sci-fi.
Well, that'll be like when we see. I think that when we see whatever game or the new IP, or if we're going to see another Uncharted, I think we'll see that around the PlayStation 5 time. Because I think after this is going to be focusing on The Last of Us, and then get the rest of that out, then move on to that new game. So I can't wait. It's an exciting time. Like Tuesday, whenever that thing's going to be preloaded, I'm going to actually try to download it now to see if it'll actually let me preload it yet. But as soon as Tuesday or Monday night comes, I'm going to be like stuck on that like white on rice, man. I won't come off of that till I platinum it.
So we know what you're going to be playing from now on.
Oh
for
yeah,
a while.
yeah. I love my Uncharted, man. That's my series. If Naughty Dog, let's put it this way: if Naughty Dog went to Xbox, I'd become an Xbox gamer, and my PlayStation would be for like the few exclusives, the few other exclusives. But Naughty Dog is like really the studio that I really follow heavily.
Okay. Now, before I got one final subject, before I move on to it, does anybody have anything they want to bring up before I talk about it?
People need to stop spoiling games and shit. Other than that, I hate that. Like when you watch other people, people are talking on Twitter and TV shows and movies. I get tired of people spoiling shit. Like just because you played it first. And doesn't mean you have to indulge and let everybody know what the hell is going on. Like sometimes you gotta shut the fuck up, and let.
No, I agree. I agree because I try not to do that. I try to put up like just certain little things, mostly like maybe a little bit of action, and then I'll move on somewhere else. And I'll give you some graphics, or I'll do this. But it's gonna be scattered, so you ain't gonna know shit.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'll purposely get pieces of in my reviews, and then I make sure my reviews are just kind of concise, so that way I'm not giving away a lot of the good shit about it.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's a good point. They don't stop doing spoilers, and some people don't really give a damn, But if I see that somebody's going too far, and I'm watching a video and I haven't played it yet, but I see the direction they're going, I'll cut off the video. I won't watch it.
Yeah, I cut it off too.
I just cut it off. I don't want to do that because I don't think it's right. I mean, you could say what your experience was, how good it was, the graphics, the gameplay, whatever, and show little clips, whether it's fighting or whatever it is, the action, sound, all that. You can do all that, but you have to do it in a way that's not going to spoil the plot of the game, where it's going, what's going to happen. I don't want to know what's going to happen, because then it's no fun playing the game. You ruin my experience. Anybody else want to bring up anything else?
The NPD. Any thoughts on that? Because they said 3DS beat out Xbox.
3DS is still a heavy competitor. They got Pokemon in November. I think 3DS is going to win November. Everyone thinks it's going to be PS4, but the Pokemon is coming out, and you know how that does for Nintendo. People are still buying 3DSs, and they're not stopping. 3DS is still a very big competitor, so I think that the other platforms still got to watch out for 3DS.
Okay, well, let's move on to the last one, because I got something to say to some people. Okay. I just want to touch on a certain toxic group of fanboys on Twitter and YouTube, okay, who like to get mad at me and take their anger all the way from Twitter to my channel and just to tell me how much I suck because I ignore them, okay? I'm just getting tired of that shit, of that community that's dick riding YouTubers, that they have man crushes on, and then taking their anger out on me. Okay, you don't like me, don't watch me, unsub, just go somewhere, people. Okay, but it's funny because I still have certain videos, okay, of mine from made months ago, even a full year ago, and these dumb retards Okay? Don't even look at the fucking date on the video I did and notice how old it is. That is what I call ass hurt. Okay? And I really just wanted to toss that out there. If anybody is in here listening and you are one of those tards, just go somewhere, okay? Other than that, I'm done with it. I'm out of here about the subject. I'm done. Okay. So if nobody else has anything to add, or if you guys want to talk about this, you can. If you don't, we can just do outros. It's up to you guys.
The only thing I want to say, in case a certain person is watching, if y'all want to talk shit about me, cool, but at least have the damn decency not to be blocking me while you're talking shit about me. And if you are, tag my ass. Like, let me come in there and actually talk to you about it. Don't be talking like subtweeting me, talking about me, bullshit.
Exactly, I agree with that, because people like to do that shit, and then they don't want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah,
that's why I put that out there. Okay. Well, if nobody has anything else to say, let's start our outros. We've been going on for an hour and a half. Cool, nice. All right. We'll start out with Frozen. Go ahead and do your outros.
Oh, thanks for having me. It was a good podcast. Got a video coming up tomorrow. Talk about Dragon Ball Fighters, the MPDs, and we got Yakuza 6 release date, and we got a Final Fantasy Dissidia release date for next year. So make sure you check that out. I'll be on my channel tomorrow morning.
Cool. Rambo, go ahead. Do your outros.
Go ahead. Somebody else.
You know what you want to say. You know who this is. Okay.
Just want to thank everybody for watching. Make sure you check out my channel. You can follow me on Twitter at JUS1DON, just one done. And this weekend I'll be doing GTA streams, GTA San Andreas and GTA 4. So make sure you check it out. And thank you again for having me.
What do you mean having you? You're a member of the podcast. What are you talking about? I keep saying, stop saying it. You're a member of the podcast now. You all are. We're permanent members here. We are the podcast. You are the podcast.
Well, I am the podcast, and y'all better have y'all ass here next week.
Are the podcast, not just you.
No, I'm fucking with y'all. But everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm out.
Rambo, go ahead.
All right. Well,
I hope you're better now.
Y'all definitely know, y'all know I am Rambo's Corner. I'm doing a lot more reviews here lately. I figured that's the best way to keep my shit clean and still be able to do the shit what I like to do, play games. So, be looking for some more reviews popping up in the coming week. And I might be actually streaming this weekend with Brimstone and the guys doing a Conan Exiles on Xbox. That we all got a review code for it. So I think we're going to be like streaming a bunch of that stuff, and we're going to be what they call Donald Trumping, because we're going to be building a wall around people's forts to keep them out of being able to actually play the game. So just trolling people, having a good time. That we'll probably be doing that this weekend. So be looking for that.
It sounds good. And I want to thank everybody for coming. I want to thank all the members for their wonderful contribution to this podcast once again, and their insights and inputs on gaming and the community. Titanfall Princess. And stay tuned next week. And have a good weekend. I'm out of here. Later.